What is RTI? RTI, also known as Response to Intervention, is a preventative approach that aims to identify struggling students before they fall too far behind their peers. It is important to note that some students struggle with reading due to causes other than learning disabilities.
RTI has a framework comprised of 5 primary components that apply instructional strategies and interventions in order to help a child meet their needs. The first component is built on preventative and approaches that include screening, process to identify learning and behavioral needs early, and finding a plan of action. The second component is the implementation of evidence-based practices to a child's unique academic and behavioral needs. The third component uses a problem-solving approach to guide data-based decision-making for all students. The fourth and fifth component is ensuring that intervention and implementation are used with precision and that the implementation impacts all academic and behavioral areas in these schools.
RTI consists of 3-tier systems of reading instruction in schools based on students' needs, each different by degree of intensity. Tier 1, the core classroom instruction, literacy teaching needs to be systematic and effective for each child. When students are successful in Tier 1 instruction, students receive an additional 30 minutes of targeted instruction in small group settings daily, considered Tier 2. The instruction in Tier 2 lasts approximately 8 to 12 weeks, and it's meant to be in addition to the Tier 1 reading instruction. Instruction in Tier 2 should be more intense and specific for students' needs. This usually means very small groups for about 3 to 5 students. If the additional intervention provided in Tier 2 does not meet the child's need, Tier 3 interventions are conducted by a highly trained teacher for more individualized instruction consisting for approximately 60 minutes of intervention daily. The instruction in Tier 3 is more intense and frequent than Tier 1 and 2. Tier 3 interventions are one-on-one or up to 3 students per teacher.
As van der Heijden mentions that the greatest value of response to intervention is that it brings attention to variables such as mastery of prerequisite skills, frequency of instructional corrective feedback, and reinforcement schedules to correct responding that if changed, it might take a meaningful difference to students such as the child's rate of learning is accelerated, which then increases their stamina in reading. Although some students are categorized as gifted and talented with high performance in school, some may have a learning disability that may cause difficulties. Therefore, in some occasions, it might be tricky for a teacher to really understand or grasp the concept in helping them academically. Hence, this results in implementing RTI. Intervention reduces frustration and prevents social, emotional, and behavioral issues such as poor motivation, low self-esteem, discipline problems, and mental health issues, including anxiety and depression that can easily develop without proper identification and intervention. RTI shows accuracy and efficiency of which decisions are to be made to best fit the achievement of the student. In other words, it is used as a support with intensive levels to accurately measure where a student is at. As mentioned before, this revolves around a collaborative, multi-tier problem-solving and intervention in order to help students succeed in school.
RTI is also influenced by negatives and positive attributes, in which it shows a positive way to help students with their academic and behavioral struggles. A teacher's responsibility is to identify every child with learning disabilities, behavior problems, or any other concern. On the other hand, there are cases where teachers have reached successful results by using the correct intervention. Sometimes, in order to get that objective, it will not take them too much time to do it. However, not all teachers will get the same positive impact on everyone because every student is different and every single one has their own way of learning, which makes it more difficult to complete an objective. Another negative aspect of RTI is the dilemma in what students should be classified, since the whole objective is to decrease the amount of students placed in a special education program and classrooms. This also can cause students to miss important content provided by the classroom which will make them fall behind. Therefore, it is considered a subjective process because there is no actual guideline that proves what interventions are effective or if they are considered appropriate for those being intervened.
Regardless of the cause, RTI will help students to obtain the appropriate instruction and interventions necessary to improve their academic progress. Additionally, by providing intervention in the early grades, RTI may also prevent the inappropriate identification of students for special education services. Think about RTI as a safety net that provides needed support to students before they have a chance to fail.